A mournful sob burst from Villefort's heart. He approached the doctor, and seizing his arm, "Valentine," said he, "it is Valentine's turn." "Your daughter?" cried d'Avrigny with grief and surprise. "You see you were deceived," murmured the magistrate. "Come and see her, and on her bed of agony entreat her pardon for having suspected her." "Each time you have applied to me," said the doctor, "it has been too late. Still I will go. But let us make haste, sir, with the enemies you have to do with there is no time to be lost." "Oh, this time, doctor, you shall not have to reproach me with weakness. This time I will know the assassin, and will pursue him. Let us try first to save the victim before we think of revenging her," said d'Avrigny. "Come." The same cabriolet which had brought Villefort took them back at full speed, and at this moment Morel rapped at Monte Cristo's door. The Count was in his study and was reading with an angry look something which Bertuccio had brought in haste. Hearing the name of Morel, who had left him only 2 hours before, the Count raised his head, arose, and sprang to meet him. "What is the matter, Maximilian?" asked he. "You are pale, and the perspiration rolls from your forehead." Morel fell into a chair. "Yes," said he, "I came quickly, I wanted to speak to you." "Are all your family well?" asked the Count, with an affectionate benevolence, whose sincerity no one could for a moment doubt. "Thank you, Count, thank you," said the young man, evidently embarrassed how to begin the conversation. "Yes, every one in my family is well." "So much the better, yet you have something to tell me?" replied the Count with increased anxiety. "Yes," said Morel, "it is true, I have but now left a house where death has just entered, to run to you." "Are you then come from M. de Mercières?" asked Monte Cristo. "No," said Morel. "Is some one dead in his house?" "The general has just blown his brains out," replied Monte Cristo with great coolness. "Oh, what a dreadful event!" cried Maximilian. "Not for the Countess, or for Albert," said Monte Cristo. "A dead father or husband is better than a dishonored one, blood washes out shame." Poor Countess, said Maximilian, I pity her very much, she is so noble a woman. Pity Albert also, Maximilian, for believe me he is the worthy son of the Countess. But let us return to yourself. You have hastened to me, can I have the happiness of being useful to you? Yes, I need your help, that is I thought like a madman that you could lend me your assistance in a case where God alone can succor me. Tell me what it is, replied Monte Cristo. Oh, said Morel, I know not, indeed, if I may reveal this secret to mortal ears, but fatality impels me, necessity constrains me. Count Morel hesitated. Do you think I love you? Said Monte Cristo, taking the young man's hand affectionately in his. Oh, you encourage me, and something tells me there, placing his hand on his heart, that I ought to have no secret from you. You are right, Morel, God is speaking to your heart, and your heart speaks to you. Tell me what it says. Count, will you allow me to send Baptistin to inquire after someone you know? I am at your service, and still more my servants. Oh, I cannot live if she is not better. Shall I ring for Baptistin? No, I will go and speak to him myself. Morel went out, called Baptistin, and whispered a few words to him. The valet ran directly. Well, have you sent? Asked Monte Cristo, seeing Morel return. Yes, and now I shall be more calm. You know I am waiting, said Monte Cristo, smiling. Yes, and I will tell you. One evening I was in a garden, a clump of trees concealed me, no one suspected I was there. Two persons passed near me. Allow me to conceal their names for the present. They were speaking in an undertone, and yet I was so interested in what they said that I did not lose a single word. This is a gloomy introduction, if I may judge from your pallor and shuddering, Morel. Oh, yes, very gloomy, my friend. Someone had just died in the house to which that garden belonged. One of the persons whose conversation I overheard was the master of the house, the other, the physician. The former was confiding to the latter his grief and fear, for it was the second time within a month that death had suddenly and unexpectedly entered that house which was apparently destined to destruction by some exterminating angel, as an object of God's anger. Ah, indeed? Said Monte Cristo, looking earnestly at the young man, and by an imperceptible movement turning his chair, so that he remained in the shade while the light fell full on Maximilian's face. Yes, continued Morel, death had entered that house twice within 1 month. And what did the doctor answer? Asked Monte Cristo. He replied, that the death was not a natural one, and must be attributed. To what? To poison. Indeed? Said Monte Cristo with a slight cough which in moments of extreme emotion helped him to disguise a blush, or his pallor, or the intense interest with which he listened. Indeed, Maximilian, did you hear that? Yes, my dear Count, I heard it, and the doctor added that if another death occurred in a similar way he must appeal to justice. Monte Cristo listened, or appeared to do so, with the greatest calmness. Well, said Maximilian, death came a third time, and neither the master of the house nor the doctor said a word. Death is now, perhaps, striking a fourth blow. Count, what am I bound to do, being in possession of this secret? My dear friend, said Monte Cristo, you appear to be relating an adventure which we all know by heart.